okay, is because of that dot in the middle, okay? So that means the multiplication property. And the multiplication property essentially says that when you multiply with exponents, you add the exponents, okay? So when we're timesing, okay, or when you see the dot, that means add the exponents, okay? So if we had p to the 3 times p to the 6, okay? Well, 3 plus 6 is going to be 9, so it'd be p to the 9, okay? And then the big numbers, or the coefficient that you see, especially on number 1, you're going to multiply the bigs and then add the littles, which is the cheater way that I teach people, okay? So you multiply the two big numbers, which are 4 and 2. So what is 4 times 2? 8. Okay, and we're going to add up the littles. So right here, there's no number. That means it's really a 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. And it's done. Okay, you're going to multiply the two big numbers and add the two little numbers. Okay, so if we look at number 3, we got 3 times 2 times 3. And you use your calculator when you're doing these. What is 3 times 2?
12 of that.
6 times 3. 18 for the big. And we're going to add up the little. So 1 and 1 right there. So 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 1, 6. So you're going to have a to the 6th. Okay, so 5 looks a little bit different because only one has a big number. But the other one does have a big number. If there's no number in front of it, what is it? A 1. So there's really a 1 right here. So the same rules still apply. 2 times 1 is 2. And then you're going to get 4 plus 2 is going to be v to the 6th. Okay, look at 7. Where can I put a 1? In front of the very first K. So 1 times 4. 4 times 2. 8. Then we got 2 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah, so it's going to be K to the 8th. Okay, so again, you multiply the big numbers, okay, and you're going to add up the little numbers. Okay, so 9 is where we start getting multiple letters, okay, which is okay. The same rules still apply. So you're going to multiply the two bigs. What are the two big numbers?
4 and 2.
4 and 2. So you're going to say 4 times 2, 8. Okay, and then just treat the letters separately. X's go with X's, Y's go with Y's, A's go with A's, B's go with B's. Okay, so we got X to the 2 and X to the 4, so we can add those together. What is 2 plus 4? 6. So you're going to have X to the 6th. Okay, and we also have Y's up there. I got Y3. Do I have any more Y's? No, so it's just going to be Y3.
What about 1 3? Is the upper one 7K 8?
What?
The 8K 8. Isn't it 7K 8?
I don't know. I wrote what you guys told me.
4 times 2.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I'm like, where did she get 7?
You added it.
Okay, flip it over. Okay, look at 11. We're going to multiply the big numbers together. What are they?
3 and 2.
3 times 2, 6. Okay, X to the what? Where can I put some 1s? Okay, we know there's 1s up there. Where are they?
The X.
In front of the X or on top of the X. Where else?
Y.
On the Y also. Okay, so we got X to the 1 and an X to the 2, so that's going to be X to the 3. Okay, and what about the Y's? Y1. Okay, now you can write it like that, or you can write it like this. They are equivalent. Okay, now typically the same way that they gave it to us with no 1 there, that's how you're supposed to write it, but if you put the 1, it is not wrong. Okay. Okay, so the dot, okay, tells us it's multiplication. Okay, that's the multiplication rule. Okay, when you see parentheses, like the rest of these, okay, it is called the power rule. Okay, and this is where adding the ones is going to be really important for you guys. Okay, so this is called the power rule. Okay, so when you see parentheses, okay, it's the power rule. And what you do essentially is when you see parentheses, you're going to multiply the exponents. Okay, so if we look at this 4, the big 4, does it have an exponent? The big 4, does it have an exponent? Okay, so even though you don't see an exponent there, the same rule still applies. So there is a 4 to the power of 1. Okay, anything you can write to the 1. So like x really has a 1 in front of it and a power of 1. If we had 3x, it really has a 1 here and a 1 here. Okay? Anything you can put a 1, just like you can make anything a fraction. Okay? You can say 3 is the same as 3 over 1. It's still 3. Okay? 3 to the 1 is still 3. Okay? But again, that's one of those things that they don't put them there always. Okay? So, and this one I'm going to go nice and slow. Okay? So our big number is 4.
So that exponent doesn't go to everything in parentheses?
It does.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then you're going to have, see this baby 4 on the outside? Okay, that means it's going to go to each piece. So it's really going to be 1, that little 1, times 4. Then we got R, it has a 2, and you say times 4. That 4 needs to go to every piece in that, on the inside of those parentheses, okay? Essentially, you're distributing that exponent. So, what is 4 times 1? 4. So you're going to have 4 to the 4. R to the what? What is 2 times 4? 8. Okay. Now, we don't leave it like that. And now you need to, and you're definitely going to have to use a calculator. What is 4 to the 4th power? No. Use your calculator today.
64.
No.
256.
256. Okay, so our final answer is going to be 256 R to the 8. Okay, and I'm going to tell you this. Use your calculator because your brain cannot help but to think 4 to the 4 is 16. Okay, a lot of times, or 4 squared, a lot of you guys will think is 8. Okay, use your calculator. And sometimes when we're dealing with exponents, the numbers get really big really fast. Okay, and so now this one is done. Okay, if we look at 15, where can I put a 1? And like on top of the 4 for the exponent. Okay, so it's going to look like 4 to the 1 times 3. Okay, x to the 3 times 3. Okay, we're taking this exponent and distributing it to each piece. So 4 to the 1 times 3, what is 4, or 1 times 3? 3, so you're going to get 4 to the 3rd, x to the 9. Okay, well, what is 4 to the 3rd power? 64? Somebody agree? Okay, so we're going to get 64 x to the 9th. Okay, and you can skip some steps on these too. Like, if you don't want to do all of this out, you don't have to, okay? So, we can fill in the 1 where? In front of the 2. Okay, now this one I'm going to skip. Okay, so we're going to have 2 for our big, What is 2 times 1? 2. Okay, now go on to the m's. 2 times 2. 4. And to the 3 times 2. 6. Okay, and then what is 2 to the 2 power? 4. So you're going to get 4 and 4 and 6. Okay, 19. Where can we put 1? The 3, where else?
The Y.
The y gets a 1. Okay? So we're going to have a big 3, okay, for our coefficient. 4 times 1? 4. Y, 4 times 1? And then the x is going to be 4 times 2. Okay, what is 3 to the 4th power? 81. Somebody agree? So we get 81, y to the 4th, x to the 8th.